to stop what you're doing and listen.
Already greeted with this. I've seen very few of them, but it's kind of interesting. I like how it looks. It's definitely, at least looks the part to be up to compete with the M3 and the E63 and everything else. But carbon fiber, everything. The brakes are a little bit worn out, but it looks pretty nice. And we have an Evo that looks standard. Pole position seats and a Momo steering wheel. Typical Porsche modifications, but it just suits the car so well. It just works every time. They have wheels and a spoiler back there. Wow. What a sleeper. This car is literally stopped on the outside and you can see a huge turbo, and I think that's a 5-cylinder under there, but hopefully you can hear me this time over the music. But this is an event dedicated to the rennsport. It's themed rennsport, so any rennsport cars are here. I knew there would be a couple Porsches. That was always gonna be a given, and I don't mind that, but we have a couple Audis. I see a GTI and a couple other cars, so I mean, let's see what they have, and I want to see how they modify them too, not just the car by themselves. I want to see different modifications, so let's take a look around. Okay. Wow, this is an S3. Everything carbon fiber. The ECS tuning intake, that's the intake. Carbon fiber cover. This is just a cover that looks like an intake pipe. You can see the turbocharger right there. Let me see if I can get a better look of it. You can see it down there, right there. That's the turbo. It looks like they changed the downpipe and everything. Definitely in the engine bay, it's definitely not stock. I can tell you that. And it might be on air ride, judging by how the wheels tuck into the fenders. Carbon fiber front. It's an S3. It's not an S4 or an S6. DSG carbon fiber steering wheel. Wow. Time I know that 997s are like 2 generations behind, but every time I see one modified just like this, I just like it. Wheels and a drop. Alright, so usually this part of the show, or not of the show, of the warehouse, is where they work on cars. And they have AC Cobra over there, a McLaren 720S. They have the new Vantage over there, but the one that I'm interested in is the one behind the Vantage, which is that black car right there. It's a Porsche 968, and currently is the fastest car in time attack. A Porsche 968, obviously reworked everything, but at the base it started off just like that, a Porsche 968. There's another car that showed up a couple of minutes ago after the show started. I didn't realize it was here until like I turned around and walked around the entire show again, and it's this one. M4 GTS, carbon fiber. Look at the uprights on the carbon fiber wing. For GTS, the highlights are all the orange parts and everything that's painted orange. You got the wheels, you have the roll case that comes with it from factory, which just looks insane. There's no rear seats. I like the M4 GTS. I don't know if it's worth the amount of money they asked for, but I like the car as a whole. Look at where you bolt in the harnesses back there. Carbon fiber roof as well. You can see that. And then there's a couple of other cars here, nice cars. There's like a Radical back there. They still have that Noble. They actually brought it down from the lift. I want to go see that now again. Let's go see that again. This is the Noble. There's a Ford turbocharged engine under there. And if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in on that. The steering wheel on the inside as well. All the gauges. It's basically a race car for the street. It's a nice car. I saw this GTI a while ago, and one of the things that caught my attention, aside from the wrap, were the wheels. They say Region 5 on them, which is the first time I've ever heard of them. So I definitely like the style of the wheel. Definitely these openings here, and then the design of it. It's like a star. A regular S4 Recaro Sportster CS seats. That's like expensive, really expensive. It has a half cage, Momo steering wheel, manual, carbon fiber hood. I like how they integrated that little gauge into the air vent. What? It looks nice. It's a bolt-in cage, you can see, but still, it's still a solid car. I still like this generation. And then they have this, an S2. Maybe not this. What this is? They have this older generation Audi. Manual as well. Everything is stock. Even the engine. Interior is completely stock, and then the engine as well. Fiber air tanks, and then you can see they clearly custom made all of that, all the lines, and then it says swoops built. So I don't know about you guys, but swoops built, to me, the only reason I know about them is because of the Volkswagen GTI that they built, the GTI RS concept car. That car, I've seen that video so many times because I wanted a GTI so bad. And this, I think his name is, I don't want to mispronounce it, but I think it's Greg, his first name, and Sigliano, if that's correct. He's the person who built the GTI RS. I don't know if he's the owner, but the point is that they build solid cars like VW. They have been on VW magazine, and clearly with the GTI RS, that put them even more on the map. They're from Long Island, and seeing this car, they say Swoops built, and if it was built there, just by the trunk area and the air system that was built, that is insane. First time I've ever seen carbon fiber tanks, and just the presentation of all the lines and everything is just creative and new, at least to me. So definitely I'll give them a shout out. Then they have this other S7. Creative has been work done to it. V8 twin turbo. Bi-turbo, you want to be even more correct about it. It's an RS7. This thing will take down the R8 that's parked over there. And it's a sedan. That's just insane. S4 manual. They changed the seats. They have a, looks like a bolt-in cage, a roof rack, yellow paint job, some wheels. What are those, HREs or BC4's wheels? 3-piece. I mean, it's just two different S4s. This one is obviously more subtle, the white one, but then this S4 is more out there. And then they have this, wow, a clown shoe, BMW Z3M. Look at the covers on the seats. This thing must be fun to drive. This right here is why I like GTI so much. This car right here. You can just literally put like just wheels, a drop, and it looks like some carbon fiber bits or just upgrades. No spoiler, just stock. Everything stock basically. Manual. It's a manual Golf R. It has a carbon fiber steering wheel. I thought it was a GTI. Still, I like this little touch right there. It matches the calipers and the headlights. Wow. A VR6 Corrado. A 997 GT3. It looks like that from the front. Ozy racing center lock wheels. Manual. 3.8 liter GT3. I told you, that's center exit exhaust. Again, I don't know if it's just me, but there's a lot of cars that maybe when they come out at first, like they just start growing on me after time. So now seeing 997s again, not that I didn't like them, I like them from the very beginning, but I feel like I appreciate them more now because the newer versions of 992, 991.1.2s came out after that, and I don't know. I just kind of like 997s, like started to appreciate them even more every time I see them at a show. I have this R8. It looks, it's the V10. Carbon fiber bits everywhere. Gated manual. Wow, that's rare. That's a rare one. A gated manual V10 NA car. How often can you say that? An RS4. An RS4. I remember playing with this car in Need for Speed Shift, was it? That I built a really, like a worse converted car. And I always liked it from then on. Manual, looks like a short shifter. It looks nice though. And then just obviously the fenders. RS4. How wide are these wheels? Let me see if I can find them. They are 275 35 18. which is insane. Look how that looks. Wow, what a duo. That's the S3 and this is the RS3, and one of the big differences is the 5-cylinder engine in this one. And obviously it has an air intake, carbon fiber air intake, everything. You can see the turbo all the way down there, but then the rest of it is pretty stock. I like the diamond stitching on the seats, but if I had to pick between the S3 and the RS3, I'll go with the RS3, but obviously it all depends on the difference in cost as well. But as far as car for car, I'll go with the RS3. This is another car that I feel like doesn't receive much attention, at least compared to the competitors. This is the S5 or the RS5, but it's the Audi A5 Coupe. Yeah, it's the S5, and it comes with turbocharged engine. This one is manual, which is rare. I've never seen a manual one, but I just like how it looks. Like the wheels and everything is, I feel like it's understated, and definitely compared to like a M3 or 3 Series or the C63, is definitely left out, at least from what I've seen. But I would definitely, it would be interesting to build one of these. At least for me, it's different, and I like that it's different. Alright, so this is a 993 on what is arguably one of my favorite wheels for Porsches, period, and it's the Momo 6-spoke design. A flat face. It has a little bit of offset in the back, but just all black 993 turbo. It's a turbo line, so even better. But just look at that, the whole profile of it. It's just perfect. It doesn't need anything more than that. No wide body, nothing. Look at it compared to the other earlier generation 911, so you can see the difference. I like both, but this was the car that I hadn't seen before, and the tint is very, very dark, but a turbo. Wow. Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the event. I'm going home. There were a couple cars that definitely were worth mentioning. That Turbo S, the 997, the 997 GT3, and that GTI. But it's time to go. There's a couple cars that already started leaving, but they're not gonna do anything today because it's raining. I doubt they're gonna do any polls. So I'm going home, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and if you want, you can subscribe. See you.